my name is Madhumitra, and today I call my project Lights with Raspberry Pi. Okay, so I had 3 goals today. The first one was to have 5 LEDs and using Raspberry Pi to blink them in a row, so like 1, 2, second, third, fourth. And then my second goal was I had 2 push buttons, and when one of them was pressed, I need to blink the odd LEDs, which were like 1, 3, and 5. And if the second one is pressed, I have to blink 2 and 4, and it's continuously. And my third goal today was using an ultrasonic sensor is to detect an object that's 50, 40, 30, and 20 centimeters away from the sensor. And so if it's more than 50 centimeters away, 5 LEDs are gonna light up. And then 40, 30, and then 4, 3, 2, etc. And then when an object is less than 10 centimeters away, kind of like an alarm goes off and the LED starts blinking. And the only way to reset it is if you press the push button. So those are my 3 projects. So for my design, like I said, I used the Raspberry Pi and Python as the programming language. Then use an ultrasonic sensor, which is to sense the object. And yeah, that's basically my design. The components I used are Raspberry Pi, sensor, push buttons, LEDs, resistors, wires, and the cables to connect the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so I didn't take a screenshot of my program, but this is basically how all 3 of my programs went. I first declared the pin variables, and then I declared the inputs and outputs with the GPIO on the Raspberry Pi, and then using different time functions as part of the Python library. That's how I set the LEDs to blink or stay on or turn off. So I think I ran about 70 or more tests altogether. My main challenges were to blink the LEDs continuously. I would do 1 loop of blinking LEDs, but it wouldn't go again, so I had to fix that in the code. And time for the push button to get recognized. So sometimes if an LED is blinking, if we're in a loop, the push button, and if you press the push button, it doesn't get recognized immediately, so that's kind of like a delay, you could say. And incorrect connections or loose connections on the breadboard. Right. So if I had more time, I think I would make a little bit more organized connections. It's kind of messy, and I would probably make my program more efficient and less redundant. So yeah. And I'm only gonna demonstrate the ultrasonic sensor because other ones would take setup time. So, you're right. And these numbers are kind of like the centimeters, the distance from the object to the center. So it kind of helps you tell where the object is. Run it. Okay, so right now I think it's detecting something that's around 40 or more centimeters away, and so that's why 4 LEDs are on. If I put my hand closer, it kind of reduces. So now it's 20, 19, and you see 2 to 3 LEDs kind of blinking on. And if I get really close, so yeah, less than 10 centimeters, the program stops and it just blinks and like an alarm. And then if I press the push button, it will reset it and it's back to normal. Yeah, that's my project. Thank you for listening. Any questions?
Well, any questions, guys, before you guys clap?
What was the easiest part?
Easiest part? I think the easiest part was declaring the pins. oh, LED goes to this number on here, and then, because that one's pretty straightforward. Yeah. Yes.
What is harder, the code or like the
Connection?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I would say the code, because I think the connections are kind of straightforward and I had good instructions in. But the code is something you have to figure out on your own. Yeah. And did you have a question?
How long did it take?
It took, so I started at 3 o'clock today. Well, there were 3 of them. And I finished like 7:30, 7:20, yeah.
Did you follow the instructions?
I did have like instructions, but they weren't the exact same. It wasn't like the exact same ultrasonic sensor. I had to figure that part out.
Alright, give a round of applause, guys.